first year was like just figuring stuff out. We were 3 people. Chris, our main guitarist, and songwriter, producer, and band dad. Shout out, Chris.
Fucking nerd.
Yeah, fucking nerd. Me and him and our drummer Nikolai started the band, and then we were looking for different vocalists, and I think Andreas was the third.
Yeah, I was asked first, and I said no because I didn't want to play deathcore, and I didn't.
Yeah.
And then I got super drunk.
And then he realized what an opportunity he missed out on.
No, Chris convinced me while we were drunk. He pressured me into saying yes.
Yeah.
And then I woke up the next day. I was like, oh no. And then he sent it to me, and it was fucking good. I was like, oh.
Meshuggah.
Yeah.
Heavily. Again, Chris, our guitar player, he's the main songwriter, and his favorite band is Meshuggah.
But also like stuff like Black Tongue and like the whole like wave of beat down stuff, and like black metal in general for the whole vibe of it, and like so a lot of different places actually.
We all listen to a lot of different kind of music, from the heaviest shit to the softest pop you can imagine. So it's yeah.
I do like the music videos with my friends. Shout out Mindspark Films.
Sure.
Everybody's like the best around, doing really cool stuff with no money at all.
Yeah.
And I think like I've always been super into horror movies. And when I joined the band, I heard the music and had this really dark vibe, and I had this idea of like kind of like making an aesthetic that would kind of like fit that sound, but still with like a northern twist. That's why we like kept running around in Danish forests and the first ones.
Sure. Kind of inspired by the name as well. Cabal is like a
evil cult.
Evil cult kind of thing. So
so
that's kind of how we came up with the name as well, because we really liked the aesthetic of the north, and we didn't see it in too many videos and stuff like that.
Whole pine forest things they're fucking creepy. Like
yeah, exactly. And it fitted the way we wanted to.
Yeah, and also like the sigils and stuff. Like
we
took some of the stuff from Norse mythology, and like so we kind of like tried to take a lot of the stuff that we liked, like that represented us and where we're from in some way, and like put it into a big witch's cauldron, just like stir it around and like put like goo all over it.
Yeah.
Yeah, for us it's like the way we show like the entire package, like it completes the music, it makes everything whole.
A lot on what worked on Margaret Rod, and wanted to progress in that way.
Yeah, we also agreed that we didn't want to make the same record again.
Yeah, for sure, but still with our sound on it. And again, Chris, our guitarist, he is the main songwriter, and he's the reason we're a band for sure. And we of course we all chip in and stuff like that, but let him know which directions we want to go in and stuff. But he's fucking amazing, and he's really talented songwriter, and he knows how to make it sound evil and brutal and good at the same time.
And I think like the main difference from Margaret Rod to Drag Me Down is like that's experimentation. There's like a lot more stuff going on. Yeah, it's like the differences are bigger, but it still sounds like us. It's still kind of like what you know, but it will be like stuff where it'll go like, oh, I didn't see that coming. I hope so.
It's always hard making your sophomore album. It's,
something to live up to.
The big number 2, as they say.
I think it's better, like in every way.
Yeah, me too.
But I have to.
Thankfully. Most of us listened to Trivium a lot when we were younger.
Who didn't? Like if you were into metalcore, you listened to Trivium.
Yeah,
so like,
sure. Of course. Yeah. We met him at Copenhell, a big festival in Denmark, one of the biggest metal festivals in the north of Europe.
There's 25,000 people there.
It's a big
played.
festival.
And yeah, he came up to us and like, hey, aren't you the guys from Cabal? Like, aren't you an actual rock star?
Yeah, exactly.
And we hung out with him for a bit, and he was like so nice and kind. And we like just asked him like, do you want to be in a song? And he was like, yeah. And so we did a song together. It was like,
and as you can imagine, it's pretty big dream come true to have him on a fucking song of ours. It's crazy, man.
If you were told like 14-year-old me like playing World of Warcraft, listening to Trivium, that I'd do a song with that guy one day, I would never believe you.
Yeah.
This record is a bit more like personal. Like the other one was like loosely conceptual album, like with this deathcore thing as the main theme, which we kind of went a little bit away from. There's little like references to it, to the universe we kind of built, but it's like a bit more about like personal stuff. And like for the title is about like trying to do this like fucking musician life, like while trying to have a regular life and a job and all, like kind of like the acceptance of like just like, okay, fuck it, let this life fucking drag me down, like pull me through it, and like let's see what happens, even though it hurts like sometimes in some ways.
Copenhell is like the biggest metal event you can imagine when you're living in Denmark. It's like the top of the pop.
Yeah, it's like a major thumbs up for the metal industry.
Yeah.
So like it's the seal of approval.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's like every time we do one of those big festivals, we can really like see like our attendance kind of growing. Like the people, like more and more people come. Every time we do one of those, like more and more people come out to the shows.
Yeah.
So it's like a way, especially with Copenhell, because you're playing to like an exclusive metal crowd.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Huge honor.
It's insane, like getting to share the stages with those kind of bands that you actually like listen to as a kid. Like,
we shared our dressing room at Copenhell was right next to Slipknot's.
I was afraid to talk to him. But
That's fucking
that was
insane.
That's a crazy experience.
Did anyone get to speak with them? Or
no, Corey Taylor was right next to me getting coffee, and I'm a big fan, but I was too afraid. I didn't say hi. I'm doing it.
Yeah.